Getting ready to check into the Bellagio here in Las Vegas. When it opened, it attracted millionaires, high rollers, movie stars. Have things changed? We're going to find out. And we're going to answer the big questions always. Who's getting housed? Bellagio does have a dedicated ride share area, not the main entrance. Entryway here at the Bellagio reminds me of a European train station. The reverse view of that beautiful entryway. They got a lot of fresh flowers outside, beautiful fountains throughout the property. More flowers and Valentino. All right, let's head on into the Bellagio without further fanfare. So this ceiling is by an artist named Dale Chihuly. This installation has been here since the Bellagio opened in 1998. It is a stunning piece of blown glass. It is absolutely gorgeous. If you're not a fan of Chihuly, you should be. His work is absolutely amazing. This is like a mob scene in here. Not sure what's happening in Vegas, but Bellagio is still the spot. So if you are going to stay at the Bellagio, I highly recommend you check in when they send you the email the day before, or that you do it at one of these little kiosks because the line is long. My digital check-in clocked out on me, so I wasn't able to do it digitally, but there were some lobby attendants, and there was a great young lady named Precious who was Precious, and she helped to check me in. So very, very grateful for the service here, and it's off to a really good start. And Precious told me if I think this is busy, she said come back at 3 o'clock and it will be craziness.
And this is the Bellagio Conservatory and Botanical Gardens, a massive 14,000 square foot indoor floral showcase. The theme changes 5 times a year with over 10,000 fresh flowers. And this specific display is a tropical jungle theme featuring over 20,000 plants. It is titled Paradise, Nature's Most Beautiful Creations, and it is free and is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They also had a special display celebrating America's 250th anniversary, and that is a treehouse designed to look like an Indiana Jones-style canopy. Inside is the Garden Table, which is an exclusive private dining booth. Sadel's Cafe is one of the options for breakfast, brunch, and lunch. It is a beautiful restaurant, but prices were incredibly high. Michael Mina offers upscale seafood dining. And the ceiling here is absolutely gorgeous. It reminds me of the Grand Palais in Paris.
And of course, can't come to Vegas without doing a little gambling. Not that I'm going to, but they have a selection of tables. On my way up to the room, we'll see if I can find the elevator. What's fascinating about checking into the Bellagio is literally just how busy this is. I've done some other Vegas hotel hustles, and none of the casinos have been as busy as this. This is absolutely crazy. Not sure what's happening here in July in Vegas, or if it's just the time to be here. But boy, it's a jumping joint. Well, I'm excited already. They got an ice machine. Little seating area near the elevator. Always nice if you're meeting friends or family. I do always appreciate a room away from the elevator. And boy, is this one. So I'm gonna get my steps in. Just keeps going and going. We're here at the Bellagio. It was built in 1998. A lot of the rooms, I believe the whole hotel was remodeled in 2023 and 2024. So let's get on with the room tour. I did reserve sort of an entry-level king room. So or actually, I think it's one step above entry-level king. It's called a Restore King, which was $8 more. So let's have a look at this. Got a nightstand over here. We'll just see if there's anything in these drawers. Look like they are just primarily for storage, which is great. And on the nightstand, it looks like we have sort of a white noise machine. You can get rain, brook, thunder, summer night, ocean. Very nice and soothing, I am sure. They have a little Bellagio stationery with a pen. Always appreciated. House phone if you need anything. Very neutral wallpaper above the headboard. Looks like one of the lights is out. Very soft. Got 4 pillows and a throw pillow. little bench on the end of the bed. This side of the bed got a matching nightstand, and it looks like this is either a light or it must be the sound for the white noise machine. Not sure which is which, but I will try to figure that out and show it to you. Got some more storage, nothing in those. And then we do have the controls for the blinds. So let's see if I can do this. There we go. Moving a little slow, but hey, it's getting there. And it works, and it's automatic. So this is probably one of the touches of the remodel in 2023, 2024. Let's open that up, and then let's explore that view for a moment. It looks like I have the one, the only Caesar's Palace. I am gonna be staring right at that all night. And then that is the highway behind us. So not much of a view here. Looks like I have sort of a semi-mountain view. And then if I pan to the left, don't know if you can see that, that is the Rio Hotel up that way. So they got a little couch here with a little table, and then I'll pan up this way. So if you're sitting there, you can watch the TV. And then they have a little, I don't know, table workstation here. I don't think they want to call it a desk in Vegas because I think they want to keep you moving down to the casino and not in your room. Looks like this is the air conditioning unit. This looks very modern. Then over here we have a light in the corner with some standard US electrical outlets and a couple USB ports. There's some in-room dining options. Now let's explore the little TV station and minibar. Time to explore the minibar. Petrified of Vegas minibars just because number one, they're so expensive, and number two, you're worried if you move anything, you're gonna get charged for it. But we're gonna dive in anyway, see what they got. I think to see the prices, you do need to scan a QR code. So I'll scan that and we'll see what kind of crazy Vegas prices we have. I did scan that QR code in, for instance, the salted kettle chips, which they have here, $18. Ouch, I think the gummy bears are $23. Let's see what we have in here. If you want that Snickers bar, you got a late night craving, that'll be $9. If you want the bottle of champagne, that is $91. I believe soft drinks are $10, and this is sensor activated, and they are urging you to scan the QR code for pricing. And if you did bring your own food and you wanna store it, you need your own refrigerator, which they said is available for a daily fee. So pricey little mini bar. You have to be desperate or on a bender if you're gonna buy something from here. Underneath those mini bar options, we have more storage and a little more storage. Nothing to write home about. That's sort of the mini bar station over here. You know I love my my ice bucket, and they have some sort of rocks glasses and a couple wine glasses as well. They do have a closet, which is sort of more of an old school closet these days at hotels. It seems like it's sort of integrated into the room. It's not a separate space. So nice to have a closet. Has a luggage rack down there. They have the safe in the wall here with a little Bellagio nameplate, and then they have two robes, two branded robes with the Bellagio B, a little on the lighter side, but they feel very soft, and I can imagine they're a little lighter because you're in Vegas where things get warm. And they do have a couple sets of slippers as well. I'll give those a try on later. And then they got an ironing board and an iron, as well as a lot of hangers, and those are branded Bellagio hangers. Let's do this bathroom tour. First thing when you walk in, wow, that is a shower. That is a really big shower. It's really deep. I will try out the water pressure on there as always in the heat. They leave a couple towels for you in here as well. And you know, one of the things that is my pet peeve in life is sort of these pony doors, but on this one, I think it might be okay because the shower head is so far at one end and the door stretches. Seems like, you know, they got two panels, so hopefully it doesn't get the floor wet, which really, really annoys me. It shouldn't, but it does. Love these mirrors lit up. They look really good. Nice not to see sort of the standard rectangle shape. They've done something a little different with that lighting in there. Good touch. I don't know if these are drawers. They are not drawers. All right, so sort of no drawer storage activity here. Let's see what they have. They got a double vanity sink, which is one of the things I love. They have some tissues with some US electrical outlets behind them. Very nice sinks, little old school, but very classic. Got some water glasses, got some body lotion and hand wash, Bellagio branded. Got a makeup mirror. Know me, I gotta look pretty before I go out. And they do have a toilet in this part of the bathroom. You know I like to have it separated, but it's not, that's okay. Sort of a big bathroom. Got a little point on the toilet paper and a phone just in case you need to call someone from the toilet. You never know what could happen there. This is a really good size bathroom here. Very spacious. And as you come out of the bathroom, they do have a full-length mirror so you can see yourself before you go out for a night on the town here in Vegas. Let's give the bed a try, see how it is. Gonna do a little shimmy up and onto here. And all right, feeling firm. Oh, this is nice. We're gonna go see if we can find the ice machine. Always an adventure. Hope I turn the right way in this hallway to find the ice machine. If not, it's gonna be a lot of steps back to find the right place. So looks like there was some good partying going on here at the Bellagio. Got some empty glasses, some wine coolies. So yeah, good time was had by all. There's some long hallways. This is a big hotel. As I'm working my way to the ice machine, I'm literally hoping I remember what room I was in. That's how big this is. We're closing in. Wow, ice machine has its own little room. This is like fancy pants. All right, let's, to me, it is a nice touch to have an ice machine on the floor because I think at some of these hotels, you feel like you have to call for everything. One of the nice things about this TV, it is on a wall mount swivel, so wherever you sit in the room, you can have access to it, which is nice that it's not just a static mount. So I appreciate little touches like that. Gonna go for a little walk and let's explore the Bellagio. Like I said, the party goes on here. Somebody just left their pizza boxes here. There you go.
I'm off to check the gym. This is actually a temporary gym as their main fitness center was closed for renovation. And there were too many people, so I can't show you everything, but I was impressed by the amount and variety of equipment they had available. The gym is open daily from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. For a temp gym, this one was not bad at all. The new fitness center is scheduled to reopen in November 2026.
Oh, a gelato place. How can you go wrong with that? Coffee will be $5.75. Sweets. Small gelato, $8. Large gelato, $9.50. Let's see if it's worth it. Looks pretty good. Maybe they imported from Italy. And then you got some sandwiches as well. Breakfast menu, breakfast sandwich starts at about $17. Just one of the dining options here at the Bellagio. That is Cafe Gelato. They also have, looks like another kind of cafe going on here. Paleo Cafe. I'll try to scan their code later and see what they serve here. Their hours are 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. So it looks like a breakfast joint. Looks very festive European on the inside. A lot of flags going on in there. So in the Bellagio, they have a Ferrari shop. How cool is this? I guess during the first F1 race a few years back, it started as a pop-up shop, did really well, and now there's a full-time store. That's a Lego Lewis Hamilton helmet for $90. If you want the full Ferrari, that's about $250. And they got some helmets in here as well. Really cool. Boy, that is a beautiful mock-up of a Ferrari. Absolutely gorgeous. And I'm guessing that is like a real Ferrari engine. Wow, that's a beast. Think of the history of Ferrari. They've only made 3 million cars since the existence of Ferrari, and every one is still handcrafted. So this is literally a work of art. So if you came to Vegas and you didn't know you needed a Ferrari racing suit, you could show up here and you could get one. It is fitted for the drivers though, so it might be a little small on some people, but fully kitted out, you're probably gonna be about $6 grand short for your efforts. But You would look stylish. You would look very stylish. Bellagio Gallery of Fine Art. To get in costs $29. I do have some boardrooms and conference centers here, although in all my days I haven't heard of too many people that have actually attended conferences at the Bellagio. Maybe I'm not just hanging with the right crowd. Coming outside is like getting hit with a sauna. It is hot out here. I had no idea the Bellagio pool area was this big. This is ginormous. Party is on, my friends. Tuesday afternoon. The party is on. Woohoo! Viva Las Vegas! Let's get down, get down. The pool area is happening. Why do I have a feeling you could pay a lot of money for cabanas, beers, margaritas down here, and at the end of the day, you'd be sunburnt and you'd have no idea what your tab is. Yeah, I can see that happening. This is huge. Lake Como over there. Maybe Lake Como has some shade. Some shade wouldn't hurt anybody, would it? It's 108 degrees in Vegas right now. 108. Took a left at Como. We'll see what's this way. That is the Bellagio with a view of the pool, which I do not have. Trying to stay cool, my friends. Stay cool. They got some cabanas for rent. I am sure they are not cheap, but they're nice. Cool back there. This is like pool mania. Never ends. If you do come to Vegas in summertime, make sure you stay hydrated. Wow, at 107, 108, 109, it gets hot quick and your throat gets parched really quickly. So make sure you got some water with you, on you, even if you got to pay crazy resort prices. But remember, go to the gym. They always have free water in the gym. Hotel Hustler hack. So where I'm walking around now, this used to be the Dunes Golf Course back in the day. The Dunes was a casino that operated from 1955 to 1993 when the property was bought by Steve Wynn. Steve wanted to do all sorts of crazy things. He wanted like a kite surfing pond to be put in and sort of couldn't get the approval for it. So after a trip to Italy, he fell in love with the Bellagio area and sort of settled on the concept that it is now with the fountains and the lake that it has, hence the Bellagio. Once you got the plan, it was all built within 3 to 5 years, and it is what it is today. As I mentioned before, it's a huge haven for high rollers, movie stars. Films were shot here. Ocean's 11 put it on the map. So we're just trying to figure out these days who's getting hustled. Is the Bellagio hustling us, or are we hustling them? Certainly seems like people think they're hustling the Bellagio. There's a lot going on here. Even if you're just sort of going for a walk around the pool like I'm doing, put that sunscreen on. You can feel the burn, feel the heat. The heat. I'm standing between two fountains and the breeze is blowing, so it feels like it's raining. I'm gonna stay here for a minute. It feels really good. Gotta get closer to that one. Got a little outside bar here. Talked to one of the lifeguards to handle the crowds. He said they have 30 lifeguards on staff. This is a good-sized pool area. This area to my right, the yellow seats, they are reserved. Not sure who for, but I'm sure if you pay enough money, you could have one reserved for you. So cabana prices are a little out of hand. 3 different levels. I think it's the Verona, the Roman, and something else. But they go from $500 to $2,000. That's on a day rate, but you do get it from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So keep that in mind, my high roller friends. We sort of sauntered off that way to the pool fitness center. They have a Dolce & Gabbana if you need that. Want to get some shopping done. Then looks like you can buy some Bellagio swag, get some bags, get some pool wear. They got you covered. Looks like the little sundry store where if you forgot anything, water, stuffed animal, booze, you could pick it up here. Probably a little cheaper than you got it in your room, but I'd say, yeah, probably not much. Get some watches while you're here as well. Salvatore Ferragamo watches, nice selection, sunglasses, ties, anything you could need, they got it. All right, you know it's bad in the Bellagio store when they don't put prices on anything. That just means everything has to be astronomical. Whew. They have a limited buffet celebration, which might not come out with the flickering light. But if you want a weekday brunch, $44.99, weekend brunch, $49.99, and Saturday seafood dinner, just call it $70. The artist who does the pieces here in the old lobby is a guy named Richard McDonald. That was just a picture of him if I caught him on the screen. He does these sculptures, and they are beyond amazing. One time I had a chance to go to a studio in Orange County, and I was blown away. I mean, he is a true artist. The art of Richard McDonald, presented by Cirque du Soleil. Art transcends all human boundaries. It is a gift of almost inexplicable magical energy. When our hearts through our senses are touched by art, our lives are enhanced. Richard McDonald. And I truly believe he does that with his artwork. It is transcendental. Do come in and look at his artwork. Stunning craftsmanship. Richard has a tremendous body of work, and he is pretty much celebrated as America's best sculptor. He just turned 80 years old. I think that's a picture of him sculpting back there. That is Mr. McDonald, and good for him. Look at that, what a great golf swing. Looks like golf hands. The 100th US Open, look what he did for that. Looks like a poker room off to the left. Of course, they got a sports book, BetMGM Sportsbook. We've got a bar lounge up there. See how this sports book is. Wish I could be like in Back to the Future and bet on some outcomes that have already happened. That'd be some easy money. It's like they got a lot going on here if you're gonna place some bets. I was so thinking that Vegas would be a little on the dead side. Boy, was I wrong. It's a Tuesday afternoon. It's happening. There's people by the pool. According to the guy, there's people buying Richard McDonald artwork, which I guarantee you isn't cheap. So good for Bellagio. It's like if you want to get some pizza, burgers, or salads, this would probably be a place to do it. If you want a Vegas baby burger, you're in for about $23. Salt and pepper fries will run you $9. Looks like just sort of your simple burger joint, but it is an option if you don't want to do fancy dining. Of course, collection of slot machines, other gaming instruments, if that is your thing, and if shopping is your thing, well, I brought you to the right place. Harry Winston. You can get some Dior as well. If you do love that Harry Winston, looks like it's very tastefully set out today. Beautiful necklace. Watches, surprise that certain someone and bring them back something from Vegas. Oh no, you shouldn't have, but yes, you did. So if you want to eat at the Prime Steakhouse by Jean-Georges, let's see what will happen here. A baby iceberg will get you $27, filet mignon, $87, peppercorn strip, $89, a porterhouse, $245. Oh, that's for two people. You want some Fro Island salmon, that'll be $52. And you want a side of macaroni and cheese, $24. That's one of your more expensive dining options here. Then we can eat on the Carbone Riviera, which seems a little more Italian food with your delicacies from the sea, antipasta, insalata, macaroni, entrees, pesce, Vachetta Snake River, Contori. So they got all sorts of different options here for you to explore at the Bellagio. And if you do want to dine at Carbone Riviera or Prime Steakhouse, take these escalators down, and I think you do have seating of the lake where the fountains go off. My friend Chanel has a store here. Friends of Bulgari. Of course, this place wouldn't be complete if we didn't have Tiffany & Co. Bottega Veneta. And it just keeps going, my friends. It just keeps going. Some little kid forgot their stuffed animal. Got a Van Cleef and Arpels. In case Harry Winston wasn't enough, and Tiffany's not enough. And then a little Prada tucked in at the end, not to be forgotten. Bago, the man. Wolfgang Puck, the guy who changed food forever, has a restaurant here. Looks like it overlooks the fountain, so if you wanted a romantic place with a fountain view, this would certainly be a spot to do that. What kind of tour guide am I? How can I forget Gucci? They got a Gucci here. Well, then I got to pivot to Louis Vuitton. What would life be without a Louis Vuitton bag? I don't know how I survived this long. I might not. If you do want to get off Bellagio Island, you can come out this way and go to Caesar's Palace, and you got the horseshoe across the street. We're just going to take a gander out here and take a little peek back at the Bellagio from the bridge. There's my scenic view of Caesar's from the ground. It is hot out here, my friends. I won't lie, I'm from Phoenix, but when it gets in that 109, 110 level, it hurts the skin. I'd be lying to you if it didn't. We got the Vanderpump Hotel. Some reality TV people. Got the horseshoe. I think that used to be Bally's back in the day. And then the Flamingo on the corner. And if we come over here, we're at Caesar's Palace. That will finish the tour. Looks like Spago's might just be opening. Got a line brewing out here. So, like I said, Vegas is popular. Vegas is happening. You cannot tell me Vegas is dead. If you do, you're not walking around to the Bellagio. Let me just say that. Yellowtail. One time I went here and I believe like they had like I don't want to say like a salmon pate or something, but it was so good. I have not been here in years, but if I remember, it was amazing. And as always, gambling, my friends, wouldn't be Vegas if they weren't trying to lure you in to put in some money somewhere, right? Le Cirque, one of the finest 5-star properties of the world by Forbes in 2025. You did want a 3-course menu experience at Cirque, $185.
And this is Lago by Michelin-starred chef Julian Serrano. It is described as an elegant eatery for high-end pastas, pizzas, and more. A great option to view the fountain show. The Mayfair Supper Club is an immersive dinner and show experience with upscale dining, live performances, views of the fountains, and lots of glamour. And a dinner here can run you between $150 and $300 per person, so keep that in mind. It looks very posh. Jasmine is a high-end fine dining Chinese restaurant serving Cantonese and Nouvelle Hong Kong cuisine. And it also has views of the fountain. This one looks posh, but a bit more traditional.
They say Vegas casinos are designed and to sort of keep you wandering inside, and they do a good job of that. You could wander in here and have no idea where you are. Have a couple drinks in you, and you'd have less of an idea where you are. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to pop out at one moment. I literally have no idea where I'm going to end up. Something that's beginning to look familiar, like where I sort of walked in and checked in. I think I might be close to the front lobby. We'll see. You got to check the steps later too, see how I did on those. This actually might be their spa. Oh, I guess that's their salon. Spa located on the 4th floor of the spa tower. So this is just the salon. If you want to buy some Lululemon and some other amenities, they got you covered. They also have a Giardin home store. Hope I pronounced that right. Not sure what I'd be buying for my home heater, but you never know. You could be enticed by something, although I don't think this is my style, but hey, never hurts to wander around for a minute and see what they got, right? Oh, this is the real important place. This is the gelato and pastry line. No wonder there was such a crowd. That's why everybody was hovering over here. The sweets, the goodies, that's what the people want. Large gelato, $9.50. Better be some dang good gelato. That's all I gotta say. If you want a crepe, we can make you a crepe of pastries. That is quite the croissant. From muffins, other pastries, sandwiches, egg salad sandwich, 17, veggie wrap, 17, turkey club, 19. Got some parfaits for you as well, and looks like a good selection of food. Dubai chocolate sold out. Ooh, they got some other pastries that look good. The chocolate dome. You can never go wrong with a chocolate dome. This is a restaurant called Harvest, Taste of Summer. A curated pre-feed dining experience, June 15th through September 11th. 3-course menu for $60. This looks new, looks nice. Looks like a different option from a lot of different things they have here. Harvest might be worth a try. Going on this side, I guess I'm on the spa tower side of things. Don't really know what side of things I'm on. I'm just sort of walking and exploring. If I went on this side, the other side, I was on Caesar's Palace. On this side, I'm going to be at the Cosmo Vadara and the Aria tram. Hey, they got another ice machine. Love it. So I wanted to go just see the spa, and the spa is being remodeled as well, much like the gym. So they don't really have a spa. They're just using hotel rooms as treatment rooms, and there was really not much to see. So there you have it on the spa. Got a little sunset going down over the mountains over there. Not spectacular, but that is going to be nightfall here in Las Vegas.
Wouldn't be a true Bellagio experience without a fountain show. The fountain jets are choreographed to certain songs. Due to copyright issues, I cannot play the original sound for you, but if you've never seen this show, you can get an idea. This show happens every 30 minutes in the afternoon and every 15 minutes in the evening until midnight. It lasts between 3 to 6 minutes and is completely free.
All right, let's see how the water pressure is in here. All right, looks pretty good. I will let you know after I give it a try. So the water pressure was decent. Hot water was okay. You really had to crank it up, the knob all the way around to feel like you're getting some hot water. So, 7 out of 10 in the shower. Hustler is over and out for the day. Good day hustling here in Las Vegas. Have you stayed at this hotel, the Bellagio? And if so, what do you think? Drop it in the comments below. Look forward to hearing what your thoughts are. Night-nights. Good morning, Las Vegas. All right, let's get on with the day. And let us go view the day. Sun is rising, people are up and about. Beautiful sunrise, beautiful day. So I did not realize part of this being a restore room is that they have a vitamin C infused shower, and I think this little capsule, that is the vitamin C infusers. This is the circadian light. Got the Bellagio, the big B embossed on the elevators. Very nice branding. So this is the box office for O in the theater. I saw O many years ago, and it was a great show. If you're in Vegas, I imagine it is still a must-see. So this might be something worth budgeting for. It's quite a craps machine. All right, let's go for one more final walk around the hotel and see what is happening here. The Vanderpump Hotel is open. Future hustle, should I do the Vanderpump Hotel? Let me know. Drop it in the comments below. There is a CVS pharmacy right across the street from the Bellagio, so if you need some water or Cokes, probably a great place to go. They do have a Starbucks coffee served in the lobby near the Caesars entrance. It's not the Sistine Chapel, but very nice. The ceilings here are absolutely gorgeous. Wow. Very European feel. Wrapping up our stay here at the Bellagio in Las Vegas, let's talk about location first. As always, if you want a strip hotel in the center of it all, this is definitely the place. so many casinos and hotels within a 5 to 10 minute walking distance, such as Aria, Cosmo, Caesar's Palace, Paris right across the street. And getting here from the airport, it is literally only about a 15 to 22 minute ride, so not bad at all. So location, 10 out of 10. Design and ambiance. So Steve Wynn, the founder and creator of this hotel, was inspired by Bellagio in Italy, and that's what he wanted to reflect in this hotel. And I think he truly does that in the outside architecture, in the lobby, in the entranceways, and all the public spaces. Sort of more in the private spaces, not so sure. So design and ambiance, sort of a mixed grade, 7.5, 8 out of 10, because the public spaces are amazing and lots of people come just for those. One of the things I love about hotels is their history. The Bellagio sits where the Dunes Hotel used to be. The Dunes Hotel was here from 1955 to 1993 when Steve Wynn bought the property, sort of saw the future and, reimagined, redesigned, and redeveloped it into what it is today. And I think he did a great job to sort of usher in the new Vegas era. Going to talk about the room and the bathroom, and I do have some notes to my left, so if I'm looking down, that's what it's for. So when I booked this, there was an option for a king room, and for $8 more, I could get something called a Restore King room. So I'm like, for $8 more, I'll go for the Restore King room. Didn't really understand what it was or what it is, but now that I'm here, I can tell you all about it. So it was designed for, and let me read this exactly. They want to prioritize health and comfort by integrating advanced features like air purification, circadian lighting, and vitamin-infused showers. So let's talk about the shower. So as I showed you, they do have that looks like a little cartridge on the back of the shower head, and I'm sure that is infusing the vitamin C. Does it make a difference? Do I feel any better? I don't know. I wish the water had been a little hotter. I do have to say that. The pressure was just okay, but it never really got like hot water level. So that was one of my critiques of the bathroom. But the bathroom is really spacious. That shower is huge. So well done on the bathroom design. As for the Restore portion out here, they have that light I showed you. I guess that's their circadian light. And I did sleep with a nightshade on last night, and I'm glad I did because I woke up at 4 in the morning and that thing was really bright. So I'm not sure what I thought my circadian rhythm was, but it was off and it would have woke me up, but I appreciate their trying with that. They also have a sound machine with different noises, played some thunder, played some beach noises. That was actually very, just fun and different, something I don't do at home. And then I showed you the air purification system as well. And I'm sure these things do make a difference if you were to stay here for a long period of time and you are trying to prioritize your health. So I'm grateful that a hotel thinks of these things and gives it a try. So the room, I would say it's your standard king size room. Like you saw, my view isn't that great, but enjoyed it. It's a very comfortable bed, very comfortable sheets and pillows. I think they prioritize those in the restore rooms as well. Love the wall-mounted TV, like a little couch to sit on. So not a bad room. The only thing is there's no refrigerator, there's no coffee maker, which you consider standard even at a lot of lower end hotels these days, but I get it. Their goal is not to have you sit in this room. Their goal is to get you down on the casino floor and go see a show, go gamble, go eat somewhere, do something outside of this room. So I get it, but in this day and age, it would be nice to have a few of those amenities. Room and bathroom, I'm torn. I'll give it like an 8 out of 10. Let's talk about dining here at the Bellagio. They have a number of dining options. I did not partake in any of them. I was sort of filming it on the go, so I just sort of munched on some snacks that I brought. But the options here are a little on the pricier side, even for a coffee or a croissant. You could probably pay $15 for that combo. And they have a number of high-end restaurants, middle-end restaurants, pool food. So anything you want, they pretty much have it here. Just be prepared that it is sort of on the higher end. The mini bar, as I read off some of the prices, a little on the expensive side as well. And in-room dining. In-room dining goes 24/7. Anytime you want it, they'll deliver it. I did call down to find out the service fee because it's not on the website and it's not on the QR code when you scan it. So the best I could find on the internet was $10 to $25 charge just to bring it up, and then an 18% gratuity. So just keep that in mind. Check those prices before you do order that in-room dining. But sure, they have a number of great options here. You never hear anything bad about the food.
just think it's on the pricier side. Let's talk about on-site amenities. So obviously they do have a pool. They have lots of pools here. They have lots of cabanas and, pool chairs and things for rent. And those cabanas can get pretty pricey. They can go from $500 to $2,000 for the day. So beware. And that probably doesn't even include any food or drink. So prices could go up from there. They do have a spa, which is under renovation, so the treatments are just being done in sort of normal hotel rooms. And they do have a gym, which is under refurbishment as well. But I didn't think their temporary gym was that bad. So just if those things are important to you, maybe call ahead and see what state those are in when you come to visit. Time to answer the two biggest questions. Who's this hotel designed for, and who got hustled? So I think this hotel is designed for anybody who wants a premium Las Vegas experience with a hotel in a great location. I mean, you can't beat the fountains out front, or the conservatory, or the Chihuly installation of the lobby. This hotel truly has a lot, which I admire. If you're on a budget, maybe not so much. And I'll tell you what I paid. So $317 is what this room is at, all in resort fees, destination fees, everything else fees. So $317. So who got hustled? I would say for that price in the, sort of middle of summer, they hustled me. It just seems like a lot of money for what this room is. I appreciate the restore elements of this room, but for that kind of money, you might be able to find better options. So let me know in the comments below. Have you stayed here? Would you stay here? What do you think? Who's hustling who? I appreciate you. I appreciate you watching. Thank you for subscribing, and keep on hustling.
But just happy to get a room and excited to show this one to you. It looks just checked into the Bellagio, so did not. So some of the reviews I read, they do not have a refrigerator. There's a little thing